gonna have this officer just pat you down as part of procedure and take those cuffs off you. Okay.
Hi there. Maybe turn the face away from me. Anything I didn't even worry about?
No.
No. You can step to your right. When you're out. Put that hand on top of your head for me. That hand on top of your head. Put it around for me.
Turn on your power off for you.
Go far side.
Okay, my name's Dave, Technograph here. This is Detective Scanlon. I don't know if you remember, we did talk before.
Yes.
We just have, I guess, some more follow-up questions that some people have asked us to ask you. Like we talked to the medical examiner, the forensic pathologist who did the autopsy. We just had a couple questions that he wanted us to ask you too. Well, some of the things that, in all seriousness, that like the medical examiner asked me to ask you is do you have any experience like being a butcher or anything like that, in meat processing, or deer hunting, or anything like that?
No.
Because he said that, some of the stuff that he saw just made him think that maybe you had some past experience with that type of stuff. So, obviously, when we talked before, he told us what happened with in his mom's basement. One of the things we didn't really talk about too much, we talked about a little bit, is there a particular reason why?
Red night's a blur.
Is it blurred in?
Real big blur.
Okay. What do you remember?
Oddly enough, I'll say this, I see myself doing it in third person. It's
Okay.
weird, but I'm choking him out and everything, and then just in the process it was blurred and long.
This would go over a course of quite a big period of time, right? And you were in the basement the whole time?
Yes.
No, I think at one point you told me that you had to come downstairs with the cat.
The cat, yes.
What did you do when that happened? Well, do you remember where you were exactly in the basement? Okay. Was he... or do you remember?
I'm like, I'm not sure.
So you didn't try to hide or anything?
Just try to cover him up a little
But you never actually had any contact with his mom? Voice contact or...
bit. That's it.
You did?
Yeah.
What did you guys talk about?
Like everything was a blur.
That night or a different time? You talked to her?
That night. That was the only time I
So yeah, she went downstairs and was it, do you remember if the lights are on or off, or was it during the day or during the night?
lights were off.
Did you ever talk to anybody in a phone, cell phone or something like that when you were in the basement?
No.
Because I know that, I think the mom and maybe the daughter reporting who were in that female's was down in the basement and knew that his mom knew you were down there. Do you know who you were talking to?
I don't remember seeing anybody, but if it was anybody like maybe Serena Thompson, if I had a cell phone.
That's who you would have talked to?
Yeah.
Who was that?
That's one of our friends, like in our circle.
In your circle? Okay. Those are two?
Yes. They're like together right now.
Oh, were they boyfriend girlfriend?
Yeah.
What's her name? Serena Thompson?
Yes, sir.
Where is she from?
Anybody?
There.
Yeah.
So you don't remember that you saying if you did talk to somebody that would who you would have talked to? You don't remember talking to anybody?
I don't remember, it was a blur, but if it was anybody, I would assume, because, you guys got a hold of my phone and I'm talking to anybody.
Do you have a cell phone?
You guys have it in custody.
Was it at your apartment? You didn't have one on you when you were in here. But I think there was one at your apartment at East.
What kind of phone do you have? Which
Yeah, I would be a Motorola E6.
Motorola E6?
Yeah,
And it's what color?
it's back.
And is there a passcode?
Not like the one
So you would just use it if you have Wi-Fi.
yes.
You said Motorola E6, right?
Correct.
Do you remember if you had?
I believe so.
You think so?
It also has my location on it, so.
Well, we just want to make sure there's nobody else in the basement down there with you. Right?
Right, you know, it's weird, like, I know this sounds really odd, but like, I don't even want to say it, but like, I might, I can't think of how to say it. I feel like I've been framed. But, yeah. But it's weird though, right?
Yeah.
It, like, I don't know.
You feel like you've been framed?
But, yeah, it's really weird.
But you remember, at least right now in that third person, that you did choke him and that you did dismember him, right?
The blood was on my hands.
Yes.
But,
On your clothes.
yeah, I woke up. There should have been more blood on my clothes. It seemed like it.
I didn't look at him, but that's my understanding.
I
That's
just
what
see
I
it
did.
on my hands. But, yeah, there's blood on my hands. So,
You know, you said before at the last time is
it's a little weird though. Yeah, now that like I'm piecing all this, you know, it's weird.
well, I guess we want to help you remember as much as you can too, and that's one of the reasons why we're having that. Because I understand, you know, it's been a couple days, and also, you know, it's a lot different now than it was when we first were down here after it all happened. You know, you're in a calmer state of mind. You know, I'm assuming, right? Because I think you said you were using some drugs then during that time period.
And I haven't slept in a few days from that. But now I've slept. I've slept plenty.
Oh, were you up a lot before that? I know meth would do that.
I think it was just the time of the killing.
You know, that happened throughout the day too.
I was there for a long time because I checked the window and it was light out and then it went dark and then it was light out. Okay, I've been here too long because like it's been a little crazy over there. Like, I don't know.
You remember
Yeah.
Can I ask a question? You said when you originally went upstairs, you saw a guy with taking photos of you? He had turtle cut, like a turtle clan, done with like the night of, like the tribe, turtle clan license plate?
Yes, sir.
And that person around that vehicle was photographing you outside?
Two people. There was one male, one female, and the driver, and then turtle clan license plate.
In the driveway or the street?
In the street park right out behind the Scott's van.
Parked behind the van?
Right behind Scott's van, yeah. And I remember knocking on their window. I said, "Hey, what are you doing here? Or why are you taking pictures of me?" And then I was like, "Get out of here." And then they went out.
You recognize who they were?
No.
Did they look like they were Native American or white, black, or something else?
I don't know if I know
That makes sense because the neighbor said they saw that car drive off and they saw a female walk back up the driveway. It must be you.
Yes.
What time do you think that was? Was that right before you left in the van, or was that earlier?
That was during the day.
Was it
and
in the early evening?
yeah, because when I went to Scott's house, it was around 2 or 3.
Late.
Okay. So then how many times do you think you left the basement when you were there?
Like to go upstairs to grab another knife because the knife wasn't working as well. It was like it would dull all around me. I took it up to the floor and
Did you encounter any of his family when you were upstairs?
yes. And then I asked for a pair of specs.
What?
A pair of specs, a pair of glasses because I couldn't see.
Who did you ask?
I don't know.
Was it him?
No.
Take your time. Don't drink the water. Don't touch the water. It's up to you. We're in no rush. I guess one of the other things that I want to talk to you about a little bit more detail too was I know if you remember the night of when I talked to you a couple of nights ago, you said this was like the 9th time that something like this happened. And, you know, we went into some detail, but you know, I was wondering if you remember anything more now.
It's been a lot of them. It's just, I don't know why I can't remember. It's really weird.
If you start remembering.
I have a very vivid memory, and I can, I can say everything. Even I'm not complaining to do this stuff. And you guys have the bag and the evidence. I don't know if you tested it, see if it has anything on the lid or something. But it's like, I don't know.
Yeah, well, I'm sure people will do that.
Yeah,
But it takes a little while to get the results back. But we did find methamphetamine.
You did?
We did.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say it's there on the counter.
It's just where you said it was going to be. Were you smoking that throughout the day?
No, throughout 2 or 3 times after.
But then throughout the day, you did it. You didn't have any other drugs down there, right?
No.
You know, alcohol or anything. So, but when you say, you know, where have you lived in the past, I guess, that's when we just kind of see, just curious as to, were you born in Green Bay?
Born in Evanston, Illinois.
Evanston, Illinois. When did you move to Green Bay?
When I was about 11.
11.
Yeah.
And you went through high school here in Green Bay, right?
Here and in Texas.
And in Texas.
And then when did you get back to Green Bay? You said you had court. Court brought you back to Green Bay? And what was that?
I don't remember what day.
Fall season, do you remember the season?
This year.
It was maybe like, I'm guessing the 3rd of January.
Okay.
That's the beginning of this year. So the major areas that you've stayed have been Green Bay, Temple, Texas, and Cotulla, Texas. Did you ever stay in another area visiting or a short period of time, like a transient or something like that, anywhere else? Now, do you have relatives in the area? I mean, besides Green Bay, like in any other states that you would visit? Chicago. Who's down there?
My first relatives on my dad's side.
When you visit?
Yes.
How often?
Not very often. Maybe last time would be
2020?
maybe.
Anywhere else? Were you ever in the Milwaukee area?
Yes.
Who's there or why were you there?
Just riding down there by myself.
Okay. How long do you think you would stay down there?
Until I finish with somebody out there.
What do you mean by that?
Well, like the same process that I did. I would do to another person. Except sometimes I would just leave them. Spread them out.
Leave them alive, dead, or not cut up?
Not cut up.
What kind of person would you do this to? Is there a particular type that you have? You know, I mean, older guys, younger guys, certain races, or
People that like to party.
people that like to party?
With drugs.
Is that how you would meet them?
At bars.
At bars?
And then say you want to go have fun over at your place.
Okay.
That would be only if there would be nobody else in there for me.
And what would you do?
We would do a line of heroin, then once they thought it was cocaine, they would do too much. Like, I would take out my syringe and shoot them out.
So you shoot them up with heroin?
With the lethal amounts.
What would you do with it?
Same process.
And it was usually at their place?
Yes.
Would you just leave them there at their place then?
I would scrub them off.
Just come up.
And then
Would there any other way besides shooting them up with heroin that you would kill somebody? Choke anybody, or hit them over the head, or, you know, I mean, shoot them or something?
hit them in their head or something. Not often. Yeah, I can't really do it if I had it all the time.
What kind of bars did you like to hang out at?
I don't know, I just went into random bars, so there's a lot of them. In any kind of bar, I just walked into it.
Were you by yourself? So what caused you to do this? Why would you go into a bar? What were you looking for?
I don't know, I just have issues. And we just got out of control.
Can you remember any specific location or bar or person or anything that, or time of year that You might have had contact with some of these guys.
Every time when this happens, it's like super blurry to me. So it's really odd, but super blurry.
Well, I know you said that. You're pretty good about recalling stuff. Did you say that something happened here in Green Bay?
Yes.
What can you tell me about that?
Drug overdoses. Just drug overdoses. No hitting on the head.
No hitting, just drug overdoses.
Yeah.
And how would you leave their body? Would they be clothed, unclothed, in a bedroom, reclothed? Did you ever take their clothes off? So this would have been like a single male at their place?
Yes.
Apartment, house, hotel room?
Not so much houses, but mainly like apartments. Or is it usually in the
And how would you get to these locations? Their car.
And we would go over.
In their car?
Yeah.
So what bars in Green Bay have you been to?
The ones on off the Main Street.
Is there any particular one that you hang out the most?
Like Common maybe. Yeah.
Do you think you met one of these guys there at one point? Well, as best as you can remember, it's kind of, if you don't mind, if you could maybe walk me through your process of what happened. You go to the bar, were they looking specifically for somebody, or was it, a particular type, or was it just whoever got friendly with you? You know what I mean?
Yeah, whoever would come and talk to me. Say, hey, how are you doing? And whatnot.
And
So whoever
so,
would try to pick you up, is that what you're saying? Is that what you're saying?
After talking to them for a while, yes. But sometimes, like, just looking into their personality more or less. Seeing if they, like, how messed up they are and everything goes hand in hand. Just looking into their personality, seeing how drunk they are, what they want to do, what they want to achieve.
Thank you.
So you're thinking,
Yeah.
what do they want to achieve and everything, and then what I want to do in the long run, and see what outcome I would get out of it, what I can do to please myself, because there's not a whole lot of things that please me except for one.
one thing?
This is necklace.
So was there a particular thing you were looking for them to say that was going on with their life, or was it you trying to look for people that would use drugs, or?
Well, I would say it would be cocaine a lot of the times, right? And which it wouldn't be.
Okay, so would you provide the drugs?
Yeah, I say, hey, I have some too. And if not, I would switch lines.
So you said when you were talking to them at the bar, you would ask them certain stuff. So were there particular traits of people that you were looking for?
One that seems more like caring and like, caring, more affectionate to a person, and that would please me in a way. And just by looking at them pleases me. It has a more calming texture. So,
Were you attracted to them?
yeah.
Were they older guys, younger guys? Usually 30s. Were they usually there by themselves, or were they with other people?
Sometimes it would be with other people. Sometimes.
So you would meet you meet a guy at a bar, and you guys would chat each other up and talk about whatever. Then going to leaving the bar the next level, how did that process work?
There was only one other time where a guy had said, "Hey, I'm gonna go take her home." But other than that, like, he met up with somebody that was like, other than that, like, it was just me. And I don't know, we would head home.
To their home or your home or
So it's
this place?
I'll be walking back.
Alright, so then you would end up at his place, then what would happen?
We would talk for a few, and then we would party, and do drugs,
Drugs.
right? And then
Did you have any sexual contact or sex or anything?
yeah, sometimes I would, like before that, and then right after we finished, I would wait till we get ready to sleep. And stuff like that too, if it lasted that long.
What lasted that long?
Like if they weren't passed out already.
And then when they passed out or fell asleep, then what happened?
And then I would go and do what I normally do in the syringe, and then I would shoot them.
So what did you exactly, what would you have in the syringe?
I would have my
Would you already have it in the syringe ready to go, or would you kind of cook it up and put it in the syringe while you were there?
It would be already cooked up.
Already cooked up. So when you and this guy would party, would you do drugs intravenously with each other, or would you snort stuff, or how
Not unless they did it like that, but normally it would be snorting because that's what a lot of people are going by. They just snort cocaine. So that's like,
Did you have cocaine with you?
no, I only had heroin.
So they would snort your heroin when you were there, or?
Yeah, and then they would all go back, and then eventually they would lose consciousness. Sometimes they would be doing both cocaine and heroin because they didn't like mine.
They have their own.
Yeah,
But did you say your heroin was cocaine? Or did they know it was heroin?
sometimes like I think it came across twice where they're all like, "What is this? What is this?" And then they were freaking out, and they were going back and forth, and then now like we're fine, and then I'll do another time.
What did they weren't expecting to take something, or?
No, they would. They would. Sometimes they would have their own cocaine. A lot of them would have their own cocaine.
So in what kind of form would you bring heroin with you? Powder or liquid? That's usually the two, right?
Do you use heroin yourself? Are you familiar with heroin? How it affects you?
Yes.
And then when you said you loaded the syringe, did you do a overload of it, like a lot of it?
Correct. I never did it in a syringe before myself. If I did, it was probably like a 0.2 or something.
Yeah. So your purpose of reloading the syringe was to put a lot of it in there.
And when they either passed out or went to sleep, that's when you would shoot them up with a syringe.
Yeah.
And then when you did that, what happened? Did you just kind of wait, or?
Yes.
how would you do that?
Just like putting my head on their chest.
A head? And so you would just kind of wait until, I mean, do they usually have any type of reflex? Or, I know sometimes people have what they call purge, which is like stuff coming out of their, like a froth coming out of their nose. And did you see that type of stuff happening?
Yeah.
You know, what else would they do?
They were urinating.
Well, I think it took them for them to pass away.
I would wait like, what is it, 2 minutes tops, but like 5 minutes, like I would just keep on going and listening.
And then once you didn't hear a heart beating anymore, or you knew they were dead, and
Then I would continue about my day and just do what I normally do, just lay next to them, feel loved.
Are you willing to give us examples if you're able to tell us a particular person you did this to?
Examples of
For the particular person, like a particular address that you can recall specifically, or a house in a certain area that I would imagine the police came to at some point, right? When the person passed away, can you give us an example?
do you remember seeing anything in the news or hearing anything on the street afterwards of somebody who died that you were with?
the pictures
You look at them?
and I would look at them from Facebook.
Do you remember any particular names?